Did you know that a lack of sleep can affect your relationships?
Yep.
Well, it's true. According to the National Sleep Foundation, 7 to 9 hours is optimal for adults. Yet, 42% of Americans report getting less than 7 hours of sleep per night.
Hi, we're Teresa and Rick Starr from Positivity Life. You know what? Since the 1940s, the average amount of sleep adult Americans get has decreased by more than an hour. Average sleeping hours have gone down and the divorce rate has gone up. You may or may not think that those two things are related. Nevertheless, sleep does have an effect on our relationships. Here's how.
First, lack of sleep and poor sleep can deplete your willpower and can decrease your self-management and emotional intelligence. This can exaggerate minor disagreements in your relationships and blow them way out of proportion.
Yes, it can.
In a 14-day daily experience study, participants reported more conflict in their romantic relationships following poor nights of sleep. So, if you find that you're experiencing more stress in your relationships, consider going to bed earlier.
Good idea.
Yep.
Lack of sleep can also adversely affect your relationships by decreasing your sense of humor. This may seem like a small thing. However, a good sense of humor has been shown to positively affect relationships. Humor is an effective stress buffer, and it also has been shown as a source of attraction. So, if you're grumpy, you may not be as attractive.
Yep, it happens. Number 3, sleep affects your mood. People who are sleep deprived have reported feeling more easily irritated, more overly sensitive, and more depressed. And heaven knows I have experienced all of those.
You know what? When we were first married, we got a lot of good advice from family and friends. You know, when you're the newlyweds and everybody has advice for you. Well, one piece of advice that came from several different sources actually proved detrimental. Here's the advice. It was, never go to bed angry. Now, although it sounds like really good advice on the surface, we found that trying to stay up late to resolve an issue only increased the level of the conflict. The later it got, the more depleted our willpower. And the more depleted our willpower, the more grumpy and stubborn each of us got.
So over the years, we've discovered that when disagreements happen at night, it's best to just call a truce.
Time out.
Go to bed and then discuss the issue again in the morning after each of us has had a good night's sleep. In the morning, we're usually able to have a greater empathy and understanding and much more patience to assist us in resolving the issue.
Yep.
We could also see the humor in our depleted dialogue and ridiculous reasoning from the night before. Often we just crack up about it. Our experience fits right in with recent research on conflict in relationships. Here's a direct quote from the study. Quote, one partner's poor sleep was associated with a lower ratio of positive to negative effect, both observed and self-reported, as well as a decreased empathetic accuracy for both partners during a conflict conversation. End of quote.
Let's talk about some good news about how getting enough sleep can benefit your relationships. Okay, the research we quoted earlier also shows that conflict resolution is more likely to occur when both partners have had a good night's sleep.
So, studies also show that getting regular adequate sleep each night increases optimism, and couples who are more optimistic have a greater outlook on life and on their relationships.
All right. Well, people also report experiencing greater levels of gratitude with an increase in proper sleep. Now, gratitude, as you know, builds positive emotion, which increases happiness and well-being for the individual as well as for the couple. So there you have it. Based on the research, chances are if you improve your sleep habits, you'll also improve your relationships. In other words, if your partner is a bit weepy,
Yeah, it happens.
he might just be sleepy.
And if you find out you're snapping, you may want to try napping. Good advice.
Good advice.
Hey, thanks for joining us and have a good night's sleep.